I'm Butterfly, and you're watching Women Krump Wednesday.
Woman Krump Wednesday.
Woman Krump Wednesday. Women Krump Wednesday.
Hello, I am Butterfly, and you are watching Women Krump Wednesdays. Joining us today, we have the internationally renowned Krump activist representing the West Coast, Demolition Crew, and Wonder Woman, the amazingly buck, Miss Deidre Cooper, aka Crucial the
Oh
Liberator.
my God.
Thank you for the
Come on.
opportunity.
Come on.
Thank you for this
You gonna make me
opportunity
cry,
for
girl.
letting me interview you. How are you doing today?
First of all, I want to say that was such a great intro. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am all right today. Lots of stuff been going down in LA and Krump and rest in peace to the bro Buck. Rest in peace to Dipsy. Rest in peace to all my ancestors that are still on the transcendental realm of security out here and watching over us. It's just a lot. But the thing is it's a lot of duality. There's a lot of bad things happening, but then it's like being counteracted with a lot of great stuff happening too. So it's a lot of balance, and understanding like without this, you can't have this without that.
Feel that.
So yeah, I've been all right. How you been, girl?
I've been pretty good. A lot of changes.
That's
So,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, and congratulations on your show. These are the things that will last. These are the things that we are putting in place to really ensure a different steering and like a shift of paradigm for Krump. A lot of people just think that Krump is solely just battling. And for me and a lot of other leaders like Mo, Val, um, and it's important that we show that there is so much uncharted territory within Krump, you know, and
Yes.
so validation already comes within. So battling and stuff like that is cool. However, um, I know what leadership looks like, and I know how to be a follower. I know how to be a student, and I'm,
Yes.
I'm a teacher. So it's important that not only just the women know, but men, Krumpers, people in positions of power in Krump know that it's vital to our community and our continuance to actually set up things concrete, like proof, to continue the legacy of greatness in Krump and to just unchart, do new stuff. If
Yeah.
everybody's doing the same thing, who's creating? You know?
That's true. I feel that.
Yeah. So,
All right. That's really real. So, what inspired you to join Krump, and when did you join the movement?
okay, let's see. Well, I'll say this. I found Krump in 2006. I was already going to battle zones and stuff like that. But I found Krump in 2006 when I was a senior in high school. And then I graduated and I went to college all the way in North Carolina, and Krump was not a priority. So I was in the college lifestyle. I joined a sorority. Um, I was just focused on living the HBCU experience. My school was Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I just enjoyed the the black experience, you know.
Yes.
So then when I graduated with my degree in 2010, I came back to LA, and in 2010, Krump found me. That makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yes, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of
So
sense.
yeah. So it was very interesting because it was a different approach than what I was initially introduced with, like, you know. But at the same time, when Krump found me, I was in a hopeless place, you know. And
Yes.
so when it found me, it was like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. Um, and so for me, it really saved my life. So I would be remiss if I didn't give back to something that gave me so much.
That's so true. Um,
Yeah.
for your, like when you said Crump found you, um, so where do I want to go with this? Um, so you said Crump found you, and that you are a part of a sorority. How does
Yeah.
how does that tie together? If I don't know.
Well, okay, and this is important for the future generations, for the people in Crump now. A lot of times people do not know who they are outside of Crump. So they try to search for who they are inside of Crump. Now, me going to a black college, I've always been doing work in my community. I've always been doing community service and giving back to my community. And I've always been pro-black and just uplifting for people in general. And I've always stood for different causes. Um, so for me, just knowing that, and then being like a chapter president in my sorority, the leadership roles I was already given outside of Crump, you know. So
Yes.
coming into Crump, and when Krump found me, I wasn't worried about, okay, I'm going to be a leader in Krump. You know, there's no sign up sheet for leadership. But
Yes.
I know that once I danced, like I learned the basics and I crumped my traumas out, then it became the question of, what do I want to say now? What do I want to do now? And so for me, it was a process of blending what I do in my real life in a way that's buck.
Yes.
Right. And so therefore, it just happened. Like I don't. It wasn't like a the day that it happened. You know what I mean? It was
Yes.
really just like a, well, since I already do this and nobody is exploring this with Crump, let me try it out. And then it was a hit. Not a hit, but it resonated and it inspired influence. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
it detoured people from super battle to, whoa, that is an issue in our community. You know what I mean? This is something that's happening within our world, in our society. So bringing that type of awareness through dance and specifically through Crump, um, it's just my lane, you know. And then it was no traffic. It wasn't like I did that first, you know. It wasn't really any traffic. It was just like, well, I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
And then what else do I want to do? Okay, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, and I'm not restricted, you know.
Yes. So when you joined the Crump movement, do you feel that there were any obstacles as a woman entering into the
Right.
movement?
Well, before all that, I was a spectator before I was a participator in Crump, and I feel
Okay.
that it's important to spectate first because you are an outsider at times. You know what I mean? So that way you can fully see and fully observe, and then participate in Crump. Um, and then once I did that, of course, there's a lot of obstacles. The trenches. Um, being like one of the only females in LA at the time or on the West Coast, Rogue was still here, but a lot of the vets and OGs from the West Coast, they were bowing out of crowd. They were on their final days. So I actually had to battle them though. I had to battle them.
Oh.
And that was an experience. Just as a woman coming into a male dominant arena and understanding your womanhood and your womanness, and
Yes.
standing straight in that, and not wavering, not like, oh, I just want everybody to think I'm, but no, I'm earning my respect. I just was pressing everybody at sessions. I would never call anybody out. I would just get off on people, and then it was just like, okay, it's a battle. That the battle started. Yeah,
Yes.
this is the battle. And so I think that it's important for females in Krump, especially women, to really stand firm, you know, and don't get pushed to the back, go in whenever you want to go in. Don't wait till all the other females go in. Go in when you want to go in. You know, it's important to establish your own self-respect first.
Yes.
So I think just trying out different things helped me gain that respect too, because it came at a price. Like some of those things that I did, it was like, okay, well, I would never do that again. You know what I mean? There are a lot of different type of men in Crump, and a lot of different type of traumas and uncharted healing. It's a lot of things that people deal with that they do not recognize in Crump. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
being aware of that made me maneuver in certain situations differently too. Because you don't want to
So,
get socked by somebody.
oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
it's a lot.
yeah, that's a
It's a
lot.
lot.
Okay. Um, Gonna piggyback on the healing stuff. So, I remember having a conversation with you before about um, Krump therapy or something along those lines.
Oh yeah. Well, what I do. I'm sorry. What else did you say?
Oh, just that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Here we go. Um, well, speaking of the uncharted territory, uh, what I observe people. I'm a people watcher first. And just in life, there's a lot of things that people do not address, which is why we do not have a progression in certain things in the movement, right? So a lot of
Yes.
people have this hurt, this pain, this just bottled in, and they don't release it in Crump. They escape it in Crump. For me, Crump is supposed to be a releasing of that. And so,
Yes.
because I grew up with nurses and stuff like that, so mental health, physical, all that stuff is important. So, since that was something that was also uncharted, I was like, okay, well, let's try to merge and use Crump as a therapeutic tool to help people get out these mental health issues or trauma that they have been experiencing when they were little. Let them release it, and let's try to put it together so we can all release it together with Crump.
Yes.
And so that in itself was like, um, Fudd and I, we actually were part of We Shape America. We Shape America's convention of teachers, where they're trying to figure out different ways to help kids and the youth express themselves in a healthy way, other than PE. So we used Crump as that tool to help them mental, their emotional, and physical. Crump is dope. Crump
Yes.
can do so many things. And so what my mission, motive, and goals are is to really help the crumper and help the person really look into self free. That's why I'm crucial the liberator, free
Facts.
yourself through crump, you know, and use crump in a positive way. Steer crump in a positive way. So that way everybody is getting what they need, and then you can give back to crump.
Yes. Um,
Yeah.
an
Because
interesting.
there's a lot of healing that needs to happen in crump.
Oh yes, definitely. I
Yes.
definitely see that. Um, so the reason why I was interested in that is my major in school is African American Studies with an emphasis in the arts and a certification in dance movement therapy. So yeah, I would
Oh,
have to go
nice.
to graduate school and stuff to like actually like practice that, but I'm still learning tools and things
Well,
right
no, I don't
now.
think you necessarily have to go to graduate school to practice it. The thing is, you got to start being active in your communities. Like, go to the rec
Yes.
centers, senior centers, the foster care homes. Like, that's where we were taking Krump. That's where DC took Krump. That's where Extreme Movement took Krump. We were going to juvenile halls. It doesn't take, you don't have to have a degree to go help, you know?
True.
And so I know for the recent thing I did was We Rise LA. It was a mental health convention, and it was for a whole week, and it was just art here, art there, different therapeutic tools to help people really like get it out, you know.
Yes.
So, but it was real issues, real traumatic issues that people have went through, and they use art to help them, ease and heal, you know.
Yes.
So find your niche, find your niche. And I
Yes.
advise every crumper to find your niche. Everybody doesn't have to be doing the same thing. What's important is finding your own lane. Your lane is your lane, my lane is my lane. Somebody might not be uh, equipped. Sorry about the motorcycle.
That's
Somebody might not
fine.
be fully equipped. Everybody's not fully equipped or qualified to address certain issues within their realm. At the
Yes.
same time, I always try to, you know, use your gifts and talents. What's something that you can do? What is it that you can do already? So by using your own gifts and talents, it doesn't make it so hard to figure out. You know what I mean? It'll just
Yes.
happen, and you're not forcing it.
Okay. Yeah. I feel that because when I first started Women Crump Wednesdays, it was a session,
Mhm.
and for one, there's not that many women in Wisconsin that are necessarily interested in Krump.
Yeah.
They are,
Mhm.
but they're not at the same time. They're like, I don't get it,
Right.
and things like that. So it's like the session component might not be.
Right.
Maybe that would be something like later on.
Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error. A lot of trial and
Yes,
error. And the thing is,
and
sometimes
then
it's not going to happen overnight. You know what I mean? It's not
that
going to,
too.
oh, superstar. No. It took years for women to even just be in the realm of battling men. You know, we always were battling each other. Always. We battled every female. It was always the female battles. But we got tired of that. And it was like, nah, I want to battle with a dude now.
Yep.
So it's a lot of trial and error, a lot of like, we're not trying to hear you guys. But when it was together, and a push, it was like, oh, they really out here killing off dudes. So it's a lot of trial and error, a lot of experimentation, but you have to be willing to do that. You know,
Yes.
it's uncharted territory. Uncharted territory is something that nobody has done, you know? So you're creating a lane instead of following a lane.
I like that. Create a lane. Don't follow one.
Hmm.
So, you worked with You Think, I believe it was. Yes.
Yes.
You Think, and their
Yes.
program Dance for Social Change. Can you tell me a little bit
Yes.
about that?
Right.
And what
Okay,
was
so
your role?
another way, another avenue that I have been able and blessed to see Krump in a great light is activism work. A lot of times people don't understand that Krump is our voice. I might not want to tell you everything that's going on, with all the things that are happening in the world today, especially with kids and the kids of
Yes.
today. It's important that they know that they can stand up for themselves, right?
Yes.
But you can't tell just a kid, stand up for yourself. Sometimes you have to show them, you have to show them in different ways um, how to do it.
Yes.
So with this project with these kids, and they're so awesome, a lot of them were facing bullying. That was a big issue with them. And so for me, um, they actually faced it at home and at school. So that was the actual like, oh man, this is the this is what it is. So for me, we have
Yes.
to start by building them and building their confidence, you know. And I use Krump to build their confidence to stand up for themselves, to recognize their own beauty, to recognize that they are smart, to recognize that they are strong, you know. And Krump has that capability to change lives. So
Yes.
that was important because by using Krump to inspire and encourage and build their confidence, they could stand up to bullying and recognize different social issues to help the community as well as their school get rid of it or try to heal it, you know? So it was great because I've seen certain students be so just in their shell and they feel small, you know? And I've seen the power that Crump has had to where they felt like giants. And that's something that you can't get everywhere. You know, it's
No.
priceless. There's no cost to that. You know what I mean? I've seen that in
Yes.
adults too, though. You know, I've done that with adults. So for me, exploring the realms and the levels and the power that Crump has is super important for me because I know its healing capabilities. And I think that it's important that people learn different ways and avenues of expressing themselves as well as like healing and real therapy, you know,
Yes.
addressing these issues and releasing them is truly
Yes.
important to just the legacy of life, you know, just the continuance of life, you know.
Speaking of legacy, what do you hope to leave behind when you retire from Crump? If you ever decide to retire from Crump.
Well, okay, yeah. I'm just gonna say this. I'm living my legacy right now. So I don't really, and it's important that people know, like, it's not just battles, you know. My thing is, Crump is giving everybody this, that, and the third, traveling, money, you know, bookings.
Yes.
But what have you done for Crump? That's proof. I have a documentary with my crew, Stan. Um, I also have just branding us as people, as Crumpers, knowing the
Yes.
industry, knowing this, understanding the importance of branding yourself. You know, the new collection of live and direct, Crucial, will be out soon. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Also, taking Crump into places, and this is something that I've definitely learned from my OGs and vets, is putting Crump in places where nobody thought it would be, you know. So right now
Yes.
I actually am doing this training for this school. It's called Obama Academy, right? And this is the first school in America to incorporate hip hop as an elective, right?
Ooh,
So middle schoolers can take hip hop like it's Spanish, you know what I mean, like it's an
that's
elective.
awesome.
Take hip hop, right? Yeah. And so right now I'm influencing and merging Crump with California Standard Discs, or how does it meet this collaborative efforts and all the codes and language of academics, right? To where now I'm teaching Crump as an elective. And so the
That's
goal is
beautiful.
a sense of global competence, right? Now we're teaching the future kids how to heal, how to break generational curses, how to address issues with themselves, because you know we live in a technology age now. It's
Yes,
kids that don't even talk; they don't know how to talk to each other,
that's
you
true.
know, in real life, you know. So with this program, we're hoping that it expands to other schools everywhere, but we are setting the precedence for hip hop and for our styles to be in the schools, for art to be something that's boom. It's not just the STEM program, you know, it's arts in it too.
Yes.
And that's a major part of changing how we heal, changing therapy, changing just the learning process, and changing the way that we see um, us, you know? So it's
Yes.
really great. It's actually like, wow, I can't believe I'm actually doing this with Krump. You know,
That's
it's
amazing.
major. I got homework and everything. Like, oh wait, hold up. But it's just dope because it's exactly what I do. You know, I taught fifth graders. I'm a teacher. I love teaching, and so for me to be able to put Krump in this realm, it's it's great. It's dope because this is uncharted territory. You know, and this is something that will last. You know, so
Yes.
I believe that it's important to put Krump in these places because Krump is big. It's bigger than what we've been making it. It's bigger than an
Yes.
event. It's bigger than battles. It's bigger than me being better than you. It's bigger than validation. It's bigger than what people have been making it seem. And now, because we might have some leaders here or there, but it's only up to us to change that trajectory. And so I'm
Yes.
living that legacy right now. Mo is living that legacy right now. You know, creating a different wave of kids, you know, a different wave of influence. You know, we've learned from our OGs, their successes, their mistakes, and now it's up to us to change or move it somewhere else. We got to keep the movement moving, you know? And so just this program alone has me like, wow. But it's dope because that's the power that Krump has, you know?
Yes.
It's powerful. So just that, and then just understanding the industry alone, like the Hollywood industry. I put up a video too of like how to do a Krump resume or a dance resume, headshots, certain things everybody's not just going to give you. You know, you have to definitely
Yes.
do your own research and try to see. Maybe you get lucky, but at the same time, somebody should still tell you that you got to have a resume, a dance resume, when you go to an audition. You know,
Yes.
um, I wish that other dancers and crumpers in the industry would actually give tips like, okay, well, what does this mean in the contract? This is what that means in the contract, you know? And so
Yes.
for me, it's establishing those lanes now, you know, to where we are giving certain information out so crumpers aren't out here perpetuating the stereotypes that they already think of us.
That's
Yeah,
real. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
It's intense though. Hey, it's work. That's work. That's
Yeah.
work.
Yes.
That's work.
That's
Hmm.
real work.
That's what work is. Hmm. And putting Krump where it's being invested in, putting like putting Krump in places where people are giving to us instead of taking from us. That's where we are taking Krump. That's where we at. That's where this wave is at. You know. So
That's
it's a great
important.
day. It's a it's a great feeling because being able to set a different path with a better understanding to better cultivate the leaders of tomorrow and the future is going to determine the longevity of Crump. You know, we can't battle forever, man. Hey,
No.
what? Uh, I'm, well, girl, what we're doing is putting Crump in different realms and atmospheres, and it's still thriving, you know, and watching it thrive, and Crump's gonna thrive. So
Yes.
understanding that how big and the magnitude I think of Crump, and hopefully other Crumpers can start understanding the magnitude of Crump to start using whatever they've been given, their gifts, to put Crump in that way, in that way, in that way, you know? So everybody's contributing to Crump and the moving forward of it.